Hello and happy Friday, the end of another week. Yay! Although it's actually quite hot here, so I can't really spend as much time outside as I would like, unfortunately. But a few weeks ago, when I was able to enjoy the beautiful weather in Tahoe, so nice, I was reminded of something that I wanted to share with you. Before going on a hike, I showed my daughters pictures of poison oak, just in case we encountered any on the trail. We didn't, thankfully, but it reminded me of an interesting research study involving poison ivy and the placebo effect. We all know what the placebo effect is. When treatment is given with no active substance that can affect a person's health, yet the person's health is affected anyway. Now, I've heard so many times over the years people speak negatively about the placebo effect, scoffing when someone received physical benefit without any actual medication or treatment, saying that the illness must have been all in their head or she wasn't actually sick to begin with, things like that. Essentially, making fun of someone for getting better without any real treatment. And in the past, I may have even laughed along a time or two because I didn't fully understand it myself or take the time to understand it. But so many studies have been done where issues are not ones with purely subjective complaints, but with measurable, objective clinical findings that cannot be falsified or fabricated. And then later testing has proven that those same symptoms have either lessened or disappeared completely. So the health issue wasn't fake, it couldn't be faked, and it improved. So why the negativity towards the placebo effect? I think it has to do with the lack of understanding. So we can look at this from a little bit of a different perspective. I actually think this is so fascinating. A person can have real objective symptoms that can either diminish or completely disappear through the belief that what they are doing will help them. The key word here is belief. The reason that the placebo effect even exists is because our brain is so powerful that it can change the health of our body through what we believe to be true. It's amazing. Now, I'm certainly not suggesting that we can heal and cure all illnesses and diseases through the power of the mind, certainly not. But there are many, many fascinating research studies that prove just how much our brains can affect the body, as well as other things too. Although one of my favorites is the one that I mentioned before with the poison ivy, and it's actually an example of reverse placebo. So the study has their subjects that were all known to be highly allergic to poison ivy. The subjects were told that a harmless shrub was rubbed on their left arm and the poison ivy plant was rubbed on their right. Now, honestly, I have no idea who would sign up for this. It sounds absolutely horrible to me, but they got their subjects anyway. But as you would expect, the right arm of the subjects broke out in a terrible, itchy poison ivy rash. These people, again, were all known to be highly allergic, so that is what you'd expect to happen, right? Until you find out that their right arm was actually rubbed down with nothing more than a harmless shrub. Yet their body produced the physical symptoms as if they had been touched by poison ivy anyway, simply because of the belief that it was. It's remarkable. Unpleasant, but remarkable, and it proves something incredible about the power of belief. But that's not all. The left arm, the one that the subjects were told was rubbed down with a harmless shrub, well, two of these known highly allergic individuals developed a mild rash, and the rest had no reaction at all. Why is that? Well, though they thought their left arm was rubbed down with a harmless shrub, it was actually rubbed down with poison ivy. But their belief that it wasn't poison ivy was powerful enough to prevent symptoms from occurring in all but two people, and even those, though again they were normally highly allergic, only had a very mild reaction. Wow! So what is the message here? There are many possible takeaways, but for simplicity's sake, let's just stick with this. What do you believe to be true about yourself that you are unintentionally turning into a reality? I'll say it again. What do you believe to be true about yourself that you are unintentionally turning into a reality? And is it positive? Something good? Or is it something that's holding you back? Something that's keeping you from being the happiest, best version of yourself? And no, you may not have been rubbed down with a poison ivy plant, or a harmless shrub that you thought was poison ivy and then broke out into an awful rash, but maybe you are still believing something else to be true that is having a less than desirable effect on your life. I can't lose the weight, I'll never get the promotion, I'll never get the job, I'm not good at this, I'm terrible at that. Whatever it is, maybe it's time to tell yourself a different story. And what could that story be? You get to decide. Until next time, have an amazing weekend and take care.